Hello, this is Mr. Bus, and in this video, or probably series of videos, I'm going to walk through the licorice flavors activity for AP Bio. Typically in a normal year, we would probably, instead of using these pop beads that I came up with that I thought looked kind of like, a jar of red and black licorice. Not that I even like licorice that much. It's just that I thought it was a good visual. In a normal year, we'd probably have done this with goldfish crackers, different varieties, or something like that, where we could actually eat the snacks in class, but with COVID, we can't do that. And so I came up with this scenario where this container basically represents a habitat. Like, let's call this an ocean or something like that. And so there's all these, critters, organisms, licorice beads that will pretend are living organisms. And of course, they have two phenotypes, right? So they could be either the black or red phenotype. And then this is a tide pool, all right? And so this is, overflowing from this large population of individuals where it's about a 50-50 mix. I just did it by weight, so I didn't count exactly, but it's about a 50-50 mix of 50% red and 50% black phenotypes. And so in my tide pool, I at least wanted to start with a 50-50 split. So I have 5 reds and 5 blacks in the tide pool here to start. And the concept being illustrated and the purpose of this is to really learn how to practice using the Hardy-Weinberg equations, where we're looking at allele frequency. So P represents the dominant allele, Q represents the recessive allele. And for our activity, we'll say that the black allele is dominant to the red allele. And so black licorice is either got a genotype of capital B, or capital B, lowercase b. And then red phenotype would be lowercase b. And we'll just say this is a Mendelian inheritance where the alleles are on different chromosomes, and the black allele is completely dominant to the red allele. Okay, so in this first video, I'm just going to walk through this scenario, and we'll collect the data. And then in the second video, I will kind of show how to do the calculations while screencasting my iPad. So in the first generation 1, we have a 5 and 5 split of red and black beads. So me, being the predator, I need to survive, and so I'm going to eat 3 of these to survive, and I prefer the red over the black allele, so I'm going to eat the red first. And lucky me, I was able to eat 3 of my favorite variety, and so now I'm going to have to replenish this tide pool from the ocean. And so I'm going to do that. You can't tell, but I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to go by feel. I'm going to just feel 3, okay? So I'm going to randomly put 3 back into the population here. Okay, so we still have 10, but now in generation 2, we have 7 black phenotypes and 3 red phenotypes. So again, I need to survive to the next generation, and so I'm going to eat 3 of any variety, but my favorite would be the red, so I'll choose those first. And then I'm going to, again, go back to the ocean and replace. I'm closing my eyes, so I'm just going by feel. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then starting this next round, this was round 3 now. I have 9 of the black phenotype and 1 of the red. I need to eat 3 to survive, so eat my favorite first. 1, 2, 3. Again, replace 3 randomly. 1, 2, 3. And look at that. Now it's all the 1 variety, so I'm going to remove 3. Even though they weren't my favorite, I had to survive. And then again, replace 3. All right, so that's how you kind of run through this simulation. You just remove 3 every time, always removing your favorite first, and then replace randomly from the ocean into the tide pool. All right, so now we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the data table and we'll practice crunching the numbers and looking at how to use these two equations to find out the genotype frequencies and phenotype, or we know the phenotype frequencies, how to find the genotype frequencies and allele frequencies.